Surrounding yourself with top performers and just amazing people on your team is not impossible. In fact, I have 5 simple steps for how you can just get the best of the best on your team. Number 1 is you have to prepare the role. Know what you're hiring for, right? So make sure you understand your compensation package. Make sure you understand, the roles, the responsibilities, the KPIs you're gonna be tracking for that person, how you're gonna measure that person's performance and productivity, right? So preparation, that's the first step, okay? Secondly is know what you have, all right? Most entrepreneurs out there, or most people leading and running a team, they want to have people who just believe in them and admonish them and just trust them, right? So you need to become that person, be that person, make sure that the role that you're hiring for is that type of role and that's how you're gonna treat your people. So know that, right? Know that that's what you're gonna be, that's what you're hiring for. And that's step number 2, is know what you're going to be able to offer to these people. Step number 3 is they need to sell you. You do not need to sell them. I keep seeing this over and over again. Okay, so I hire and recruit a lot for sales teams. I've built some of the top sales teams in the natural health space. And I kept hearing like, oh yeah, like we can sell anybody. Like we can show anybody this is an awesome position and that they're gonna wanna work for us. That's honestly the easy part. The more difficult part is finding the best people for the role. So just know that they need to be the ones selling you. Okay, you don't really need to be the ones selling them. Of course, you're gonna talk about the position, make sure they're excited about it. Of course, make sure it's compelling, which is what I talked about in step 2. But step 3, they have to sell you, you don't sell them. And step 4 is kind of goes more into them selling you. You need to just have a crazy vetting process in place. Multiple steps to weed out lazy people who aren't really interested, the people who are on like Indeed, or if you have a big following or on your social pages, they just want to get on your team. So they're just gonna like throw their application in and it's not gonna matter. But we need to put them through the ringer. Okay, there's lots of recruiting people out there that talk about this. I personally have a 4 to 5 step vetting process that I put people through, and I make them submit things to me. I make them take certain assessments. I make them give me email responses in a certain amount of time. When I tell them no, I want to make sure I hear back from them 2 to 3 times, following up, wondering where I'm at, wondering if they're still a candidate for my role. So again, step 4 kind of builds on step 3 of them selling you, and that's by vetting them and making sure that they're submitting stuff, make sure they're going through the hoops that you want to put them through. And lastly, you basically are having an offer around your role, right? So I mean, a lot of people talk about offer stacks and they're talking about selling a product or selling their deliverable or their program or their course or whatever. Like, you in this role that you're offering within your company, that's kind of your product. Like that's gonna be your offer stack. So it needs to be compelling, it needs to be inspiring, it needs to be motivating. It needs to be something that when you do find that top brass, to be a bit cliche, that top performer, you then want to make sure what you're offering them is really awesome and really interesting, and they're going to want to stick around, right? So that can be a number of things. That's first going to be you working on yourself to become the motivator, the inspirer, the person who can get top performance out of whoever it is that you bring on. Yes, you're going to bring on top performers. My steps are going to enable you to do that, but then it's your job to keep them engaged, compelled, passionate, and eager, okay? And that requires, if it's not gonna be you, bring on somebody who can do it, but that requires you to be a motivator and inspire, a coach. So you need to be able to get the best of the best out of people. So that's kind of part 1 of your offer stack, is kind of becoming that person, being that person. And 2 is just obviously your compensation package. Like you should want to be very competitive in the marketplace for that particular role, right? I really like commission-based roles because I'm more in the sales world. So you just know your numbers, right? Know what your margins are for whatever your package is, and make sure you can pay out top dollar for your salesperson. Because when you get somebody in there who's closing at 30, 40, 50, 60, 70%, yes, that is possible. I've done it personally, and I've coached a lot of people to that for certain teams that I run. And when they're up there, you want to be able to keep them. So you want to make sure that your package is compelling. It's a really good commission. You want to have bonuses. You want to have competitions within the team, personal competitions, anything that you can do to keep them engaged and excited. But again, it's really going to come down to you becoming the coach, the be inspired with a motivator who can do that, or bringing on somebody who can if that's not going to be you. All right, so I hope that was helpful to you. So remember the 5 simple steps for just recruiting top brass, top performers. 1, prepare the role, okay? Get it ready. Compensation package, responsibilities, KPIs you're measuring, okay? 2, know what you have, okay? Understand that it's an awesome thing, it's a great thing, that it's gonna blow people out of the water, right, for the role that you're offering for, okay? And so just understand that. 3 is they sell you, you don't sell them, okay? They need to be the ones who are gonna be going through the ringer, which is step 4, is vet like crazy. Multiple steps, assessments, different submissions, anything that you can do, interviews, multiple interviews, telling them no, and making sure that they're passionate and seeing that they're coming back to you and saying like, hey, am I still a candidate for the position? Or like, hey, I really wanted this. I know you told me no, but. So that's 4, vet like crazy. Is 5 is essentially your role offer stack, okay? Your commission or your compensation, be the inspired, be the motivator, be the person who can coach and get the best of the best out of people, make sure they're eager, they're passionate. So have a really awesome offer stack. All right, so thanks for sticking with me. I hope that was helpful to you. So please just subscribe, share this with your friends, your other entrepreneurs, or people that could benefit from this, and take care and God bless.